Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. Okay, thank you. So we were here in the previous class. Okay, I'll just go to slide share. Okay, so we had solved this particular sum. I hope this is the right one, right? Because I remember coming here. So this particular sum was over. Please answer,
Yes,
students.
sir.
Yes. Okay, good. So now moving to the next sum. So this is a formulation. Easy one, but bit of tricky. Okay, I hope you remember the formulation first two sums. Then we started like more focusing on the graph because many of you had some difficulty in graphs. So we were there. So this one is a I think whole sum where we need to formulate plus draw the graph and come out with the solution. Then just read out the question. You can write the standard weight of a special. The standard weight the standard weight of a special purpose brick. The standard weight of a special purpose brick is 5 kg. Is 5 kg, and and it contains two basic ingredients. And it contains two basic ingredients, comma V1 and V2. Two basic ingredients V1 and V2, comma V1 costs V1 costs rupees 5 kg, sorry, rupees 5 per kg. So V1 costs rupees 5 per kg, and V2 costs rupees 8 per kg. Rupees 8 per kg. Full stop. Considerations. Strength 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 considerations dictate that dictate that the brick should strength considerations dictate that the brick should contain contain not more than 4 kgs, not more than 4 kgs, not more than 4 kgs V1, not more than 4 kgs V1, and a maximum of and a maximum of and a maximum of 2 kg of V2, and a maximum of sorry, and a minimum of, I'm very sorry, change that, 4 kg V1 and a minimum of 2 kg of V2, and a minimum of 2 kg of V2, comma, since the demand for the product since the demand for the product is likely to be since the demand for the product is likely to be is likely to be related to is likely to be related to the price of the brick. The demand for the product is likely to be related to the price of the brick, price of the brick, comma, find out graphically, find out graphically, find out graphically the minimum cost of brick, the minimum cost of brick satisfying the above conditions. The minimum cost of brick satisfying the above conditions. Find out graphically the minimum cost of brick satisfying the above conditions. So this is a problem. So they are asking you to find out the minimum cost. So this is a minimization problem. So start doing this. So let's see how many of you will be able to find the objective function and the constraints. Okay, then don't forget to write the non-negative condition, that is x1 comma x2 greater than or equal to 0. So I'll give you around 3 minutes. So first read the question again, So what all you feel is important, underline it. Okay. So the numbers which they have given are important. Plus, not more than, minimum, maximum. These things you can mark. So you can mark maximization or minimization problem. So what is being asked? So you can write just directly the objective function. So here it is minimization. So OF comma min z. Min z is equal to, just check. So it is of cost. So what is the cost? So for that it will be there. So if you want, you can before that tell what is x1 and x2. Okay, with respect to v1 and v2. So assign the values of like assign what is x1 and x2. Then we can go with the objective function, that is minimum z is equal to. From there you continue. Let us see how many of you can do it. So as and when you have completed it, just let me know. Okay, students, what happened? Just let me know. What is the objective function? Can you hear me, students?
Sir, is it minimum z equals to 5x1 plus 8x2?
Minimum z 5x1 plus 8x2. Yes, you are right. Correct. As it is related to cost and minimization, check the cost of both. Okay. So there, using that, it will be done. So which costs are given to you. So using that, you need to come up with the objective function. Then constraints. So this particular problem is related to the question that Gajanan had asked few days back. relating to x1 and x2, why can't I take it in a single equation? Okay, so those kind of constraints are there here. So this is kind of a hint for you. Just check. I'll give you one more minute. Then just let me know if you cannot solve it. I will do it. Or till where you have solved it, just let me know. Excuse me. Okay, students, tell me the constraints if you have done. If it is wrong, also not an issue. We'll just check. Then I'll tell you the correct ones. Anybody was able to do the constraints, like find out the
Sir,
constraint?
V1 smaller than equal to 4 and V2 or X2 greater than equal to.
Yeah. So that is
Okay,
one of it. So x1 less than or equal to 4, x2 greater
X2
than or
greater than equal to 2.
okay. These are two. There is one more. X1 plus x2 is equal to 5. So how to find that? So they have asked you the maximum weight. Where it is? Okay, see here. The standard weight of special purpose brick is 5 kg. So it should be less than or equal to this. Okay, so this is one of it. So you can see here. Uh, just a second. Yeah, see here. X1 plus x2 is equal to 5. You see here what they are telling. A standard weight of a special purpose brick in the first line also only you can see 5 kg. So this is one of the constraint. Okay, constraint in the sense what all is given, what all you cannot cross, or what all you need to have minimum, or what all you need to have maximum. So that those all are constraints. So first thing, it's a minimization problem, minimize cost. Then what are the costs? 8 and 5. So this will be your objective function. This will be a part of objective function. As Gajanan rightly said, it is 5x1 plus 8x2. That will be my objective function. Then I told 5 kg. So maximum of like 5 kg in the sense, or is equal to 5 kg. Brick is 5 kg. They are directly telling you it is 5 kg. So what is equal to 5 kg? Both x1 plus x2 is equal to 5 kg, right? So that is what is the first one. X1 plus x2 is equal to 5 is my first one. Then they are telling you, sorry, then they are telling you what cannot be more or what cannot be less. Okay, so here they are telling you what consider dictate that the brick should contain maximum, or sorry, not more than 4 kg. Not more than 4 kg means less than or equal to 4 kg. What V1? V1 is x1. So it should x1 less than or equal to 4, and next one minimum of 2 kg means greater than or equal to 2 kg of V2. For V2 it is x2. Okay, so it is x2 greater than or equal to 2. So these are the conditions. This is a basic problem, a easier one. So this was given to you to understand. Okay, first you should understand the basics. Okay, so what all numbers are given, you could use it anywhere. So it is not mandatory that both x1 and x2 should be there in one equation. Okay, so he asked me right that day. Gajanan asked me like, okay, sir, x1 is also there, x2 is also there. Why can't I use it in one single equation? So got the answer for this, because there is a separate constraint that they have given only related to x1 or only related to x2. That's why this is how we are getting. Okay, x1 plus x2 is equal to 5. So before that, minimum z, because minimization is being asked. So 5x1 plus 8x2. These are the costs of, this is v1 and this is cost of v2. Okay, so this is the objective function. Then with respect to x1 and x2, in a sense v1 plus v2 combined should be 5. That's why it is x1 plus x2 is equal to 5. Then x1 they are told don't use more than 4, that is less than or equal to 4 of v1. Then v2 they have said minimum of 2, that means 2 or greater than 2, that's why it is greater than or equal to 2. So these are my constraints as well as objective function. So use these objective functions and draw the graph now. Draw and tell me what is minimum. Minimum they have asked, right? So how much is minimum? So meanwhile, if you are having any doubts, you did not understand, just ask me now. Anyone who did not understand any of the points in the objective function or the constraints, just let me know. So if you understood, move to the graph. So as per my observation here, you need to focus more on the formulation part. So somehow you are getting the graphical part and you are even getting how to find the physical region. But you are having a lot of issues with the formulation. So if it's a 10-mark question and with formulation they have asked the final answer. So if you are not able to formulate only, so you'll lose all the 10 marks. So a part of 10 marks also will not be given because your equations will be wrong. Okay, or you were not able to write the equations. So if you are not able to write the equations, you cannot move ahead to the second part of the problem. So your entire marks are gone. So focus more on the formulation. If in case they give you the whole 10 marks for formulation plus final answer, or if they give you only for formulation, if they can do it for 7 marks. So all the 7 marks are gone if you are not able to formulate. So focus here. And also don't forget this x1, to mention this particular x1. What is x1? What is x2? As I did it here. Okay, just underlined it. So x1 is equal to amount of ingredient v1 in kg, and x2 is amount of ingredient v2 in kg. So this part you need to assign. Okay, always don't forget. So otherwise we will not get to know which is x1 and which is x2. So there are students who do it otherwise also. x1, x2 for v1 and x1 for v2. Even that can be possible because we are just assigning those things. So the points also are being drawn here, 5 and 5 for the first one, second one and third we are not able to do it because directly is given to you. It is very easy. So in this case x1 is equal to 4, x2 is equal to 2. Directly you need to take. Then later on after drawing all the lines, find out whether it is less than or greater than, then mark accordingly. Don't take more time, students, do it fast. This is one of the easiest one. Okay, anybody continued, like completed? Just let me know, students. You can move ahead if you are not able to do it. This is the most easiest part. Yes, someone answer. Did you complete? You need more time, or should I go and get the answer for you? Yes, students, you are hearing me, right? Am I audible to you all? Please respond. Yeah, it's there. Like, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then at least answer. If you are not able to do, we can move ahead. Yes, students. You want me to show the answer, or you want to try more? You need more time.
So show the answer, the final graph.
Yeah, that's what. Just let me know at least
Sir,
that.
graph.
Yeah, we'll go over there. I'll just show it to you. So this is how your graph looks. Okay, 5 and 5 was the answer for first one. So 5 is here, 5 is here. I have drawn a line for that. Then for 4, we'll go back. So x1 is equal to 4. So at x1 is equal to 4, I'm drawing a straight line. Then x2 is equal to 2. Then for x2 is equal to 2, I'm drawing again a horizontal line here. Then coming to the less than or greater than. So is this if you see, this is equal to is that. Okay, first one there is equal to 1. So just keep it there. So just keep it here. So you can, like, based on the other constraints, so you can take on this side also, this side also. They are not telling which side to go, they are just telling it is equal to. So we are there with is equal to. Okay, then for 4 what it is, for 4 it is less than. Okay, 4 in the sense here less than is on this side. Just a second, 4 is on this side. Okay, so my area of interest is this side of the line and not this side. So here after this line I don't have any area, so my area of interest is this side with respect to this particular line. Then going to the next one, this is greater than 2. Okay, greater than 2 is 2 is here, greater is on this side. Okay, so this area under this is not to be taken. So where this particular two lines, so this is here, this is this side, and this is above this. So this area, this is unbounded problem again. Okay, so point number 1 is here. Okay, this is one point, this is one more point. So there is my x, the line at 2 is the crossing here. So here is my one more point, and only 3 points are there. So this is my visible region, and it is unbounded, it is open from the top. So just check out what are the points here. So this is 3. If you go like this down.
Sir, point B in the graph is not it is not relating to the first constraint. X1 plus X2 is equal to 5A, right?
Yeah. So this is the
So
line here.
region should be on the same line, right?
Region should be on the same line in the sense they are not telling towards go more or less. Okay. Above or
Exactly. So it should be on the same line only, right?
no, it should be on the same line. This is one of the constraints you need to take. Okay, so if it is
Uh,
equal to, then that line only should be there according to you, but it's not. So like if they said it is bottom and this side, so this area, whatever this area is there, no, so this area would be the my physical region, but they have said more than this according to this particular line, and this side. Okay, according to this particular line I want this side. So this you can take on this side also and this side also, both towards the top or towards the bottom, because that is the end. Okay, so based on this I'm getting this particular 3 points. I hope you understood, Rajanan.
Yes, sir. But sir, B point is not following the constraint one, right? x1 plus x2 is equal to 5 वो follow नहीं कर रहा हो point B.
नहीं, इज इक्वल टू वो एक लाइन का हो गया, वो बता रहा है कि वो वहीं पे कांस्टेंट रहेगा, वो मूव नहीं होगा, मुझे उस तरफ जाना है, इस
हाँ
तरफ
राइट.
जाना है, वो नहीं बताएगा। तो
हाँ
दैट
राइट
इज
राइट.
वन ऑफ द साइड्स।
हाँ
ओके, अगर वो बताते कि लेस देन 5 रहना चाहिए, तो लेस देन और इक्वल टू मुझे इस तरफ आता,
हाँ राइट
इस
एग्जैक्टली हाँ.
तरफ आता। अगर ग्रेटर देन बोलते तो इस तरफ आता, अगर कुछ नहीं बोल रहे तो वो किसी भी तरफ जा सकता है। ओके, इट विल बी वन ऑफ द
ओके
बाउंड्रीज। तो
ओके ओके
कंस्ट्रेंट
ठीक है
क्या
ठीक है.
होता है, इट इज वन ऑफ द बाउंड्रीज। सो ये वन ऑफ द बाउंड्रीज बन जाएगा। सो तुम इस तरफ भी ले सकते हो या इस तरफ भी ले सकते हो, वो कांस्टेंट रहेगा उधर ही, वो हिलेगा नहीं। तो बाकी के
ओके
कंस्ट्रेंट
ओके.
जो है उसके हिसाब से तुमको उसको एडजस्ट करके लेना है। तो आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड दैट।
यस सर या.
Okay, I'll just remove all this. You can just check. Okay, so I was talking about this particular point. So if you see here, this point, it is at 3 on x-axis. So it is 3 here. Okay, then on this side, it is on the same line, it is 2. So it is 3 comma 2. So coming to point B. So point B, if I see here, it is exactly at 4. So x-axis will be 4. And this taraf, again on the same line, so it will be 2. So it is 4, 2. Then coming to the point C, x-axis 0 रहेगा क्योंकि इस तरफ नहीं गया है वो. Then it is exactly on the y-axis. So y-axis करेगा and it is on the point 5. So it will be 0 comma 5. So if you substitute like ZA, ZB and ZC, if I calculate here, so you can directly see. So for the first one, A point, it is 3, 2. I'm substituting 3 here and 2 here. Then I'm getting the value as 31. Then similarly doing for all the other things, I'm getting 36 and 40. So what is my objective function? It is minimization. So I need to consider point A. So that is what it is written. ZA is equal to 32 is the lowest value. So you can write according to you. So I have written like this. So is the lowest value where I have to go with 3 kgs of V1 and 2 kgs of V2. So I'll be getting a like what you call the lowest cost. So on top of this, 31 is my cost. So you can add your profits and you can sell it off, because जितना तुम्हारा कॉस्ट बढ़ेगा उतना प्राइस ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट बढ़ेगा. तो वी आर ट्राइंग टू गेट द लोएस्ट वन हियर. सो 31 is the lowest value. So now you can add some 10% or 5% depending upon what is your profit percentage. Add that much amount and you can go with 40 or 45 rupees per brick. Okay, so that can be done. So that is why we are using this. So I hope there is no doubts with anyone here. If you are having any doubts, please ask me now itself. So only two things. If you are not asking doubts, you are understanding everything what is being told, or you are not understanding anything what is being told. So which one is true?
Sir,
Yeah,
can you explain again of feasible region?
feasible region. Okay. So if you, I'll go back first to the points. So I'm having x1 and x2 is equal to 5. So if you find out it is x1 is equal to 5, x2 is equal to 5 is your point for first equation. So I'll go back to it. So x1 is 5. I'm marking the point here. X2 is equal to 5. I'm marking the point here. Then I'll draw this particular line. Okay. Then comes x1 less than or equal to 4. Okay, less than or equal to 4 in the sense here only 1 is there. So first you need to draw a line at 4. So x1 is equal to 4. I'll go back. X1 is this. At point 4, I'll draw a straight line vertical. Okay, this is my line. Then I'll go back again. So what is the next constraint? X2 greater than or is equal to 2. Okay, so this greater we'll see it later, but take it as is equal to first. So x2 is equal to 2. Where is x2? x2 is on y-axis. So at 2, I am drawing this particular line. Okay, like this. So now we need to check whether, like for all the three constraints, it is greater than, lesser than, or what. So first, if you see it is equal to 5. So only the line should be there. You cannot go on this side or this side for time being. Okay, so it is at this line only. But with respect to the other constraints, we need to take whether you can go on top also or bottom also, or up or above also or below also of this particular line. You can go this side also and this side also. because it is equal to. So this will be one of the constraint. It will be one of the sides. Okay, this particular line will be one of the sides. Then going to the next one, that is x1. So it is less than or equal to 4. Less than. Okay, so 4 is here. Less in the sense which side? I have to go this side. Why? Because it is going and going on becoming smaller and smaller. Lesser than. So if they say greater than, you have to go this side because the values are going uh, bigger and bigger, or they are becoming bigger and bigger basically. So when it is said less than, you have to go towards lesser side. So always towards 0 you need to point. So this side. Then next one, if you see what is given here, next is x2 greater than or equal to 2. Greater means we have to go on the higher side. Greater, so 2 is here, so I have to go on this side. So if you see here, 3, 4, 5 is on this side and not this side. It is greater than. So greater than this line, this side, then on this side lesser than. So if you see this whole area, if you consider only this line, this whole area, this square, okay, this is my area with respect to this constraint. So now when I'm coming to the second constraint, it is above this. Okay, ये side से इस तरफ चला गया, so इसके नीचे भी चला गया. So now my point is above this, but there is one line here. Okay, there is a line here. ये इस तरफ बोलेगा, ये इस तरफ बोल रहा है, ये यहीं पे है. So you should see here. Okay, इस तरफ का लेना है मुझे. I'll just change the color so you'll understand. Okay, so now I should to take this side greater than this. Okay, and इसके ऊपर. So all the three areas are mixing at this place. Okay, I'll not draw there because that is a unbounded problem. So this is the area where all the three are joining. देखो यहाँ से ऊपर, इससे इस तरफ, इससे ऊपर. So this will be my feasible region. यहाँ पे ये line draw नहीं करना है because it is open. मैं यहाँ तक ही draw किया है. So you can draw like this, बड़ा. But it should be before this line only, this side. So I'll just draw like this. So ये पूरा जो area है, this will be your feasible region. But feasible region कितना भी हो, but we are doing what? We are finding out the points where two lines are cutting. So this is my first point here. Okay, or in this case I have taken third point. This is my first point here I am taking, then second point here, then third point here. So if you see this point, this is on 2, okay, and 4. So what is my x-axis? X-axis ka hai 4. So first I'll write 4, then I'll write 2. Then for A, you can see directly at 3 it is there like this. So sorry for the line, angle of the line. So this is at 3. So pehle 3 aega, then horizontal wala. So how far it is? Sorry, how height it is? It is at 2. So it is 3, 2. Then A wala. So there is no x-axis. Is taraf nahi ja raha hai. So it is on the line. So just find at what point it is. It is at 5. So it is 0, 5. These are the 3 points that I am getting. So we need to substitute these 3 points in our max z equation. That is objective function. By doing so, so first one A is 3, 2. So I am doing 3, 2. I am substituting in place of x1. This is x1. Okay, this is x2. So similarly, second wala kya hai? 4 and 2. So this is 4, this is 2. Then third one is 0, 5. 0 and 5 is there. So what is my objective function? It is min z. So out of this, which is minimum? So 31 is minimum. So I am marking 31. And at the end, I should write, I have to go with z is equal to 32 is the lowest value. So 31, sorry, 31. So check whatever, 31 or 32. So that is the lowest value. So I hope you understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anyone, any other doubts? Just let me know. Or we'll move to the next sum. Shall I move to the next sum?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next, instead of sum, so we are having some special cases in the graphical solution. So write special cases of graphical solutions. So some of you have already seen, some you will be looking at the first time. Okay. Special cases of graphical solutions. Special cases of graphical solutions. First one, multiple optimal solution. Multiple optimal solution. Multiple optimal solution. Okay, this is a special case. So under this you can write, this is a special case. This is a special case when no unique solution is obtained. This is a special case when no unique solution is obtained. When no unique solution is obtained, but but a set of optimal solutions. But a set of optimal solutions is obtained. But a set of optimal solutions is obtained for the problem. Obtained for the problem. Comma. This happens when this happens when the equation this happens when the equations this happens when the equations of one of the constraints this happens when the equations of one of the constraints is parallel to the objective function. This happens when the equations of one of the constraints the equation of one of the constraints is is parallel to the objective function. It's parallel to the objective function. So write this particular example. Next to that, you can write example under that. So write down max z is equal to max z objective function. Max z is equal to 8x1 8x1 plus 16x2 8x1 plus 16x2. Next line subject to st comma x1 plus x2 x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 200. X1 plus x2 less than or equal to 200. Okay, next equation is x2 less than or equal to 125. X2 less than or equal to 125 and 3x1 plus 6x2 3x1 plus 6x2 less than or equal to 900 less than or equal to 900 and non-negative condition x1 comma x2 greater than or equal to 0 x1 comma x2 greater than or equal to 0. To solve this, draw the graph for this first. Find out the point, substitute, and let me know the answer. So what are the points for first equation?
x1 is equals to 200, x2 is equals to 200.
Yes, correct. Then for second one, it is x2 is equal to 125, not an issue. Then what is x3 points? Sorry, not
x1 is
x3.
equals to 300 and x2 is equals to 150.
Yes, correct. So now Draw the graph. Take the proper scale. Draw it fast. Very easy. 200 and 200. First one. Second one. X2 is equal to 125. And third one is 300 and 150. So anyone completed? Yes, students. What happened? Anyone completed or no? Please respond, students. Should I move ahead with the answer?
Yes, sir. Show the graph.
It's a graph.
You can see the graph. Check
बरोबर.
the points whether you got the same points or no. So A is here. This and this. A is here. No, this is D. There is A is here. So this is 0, comma 125 is A. Then B is 50, comma 125. C is 100, comma 100. D is 200, comma 0. Are these the points? So here, what to focus is, okay, leave all this. If you are not done, you can look at it later. So what we are saying is here. So you can see this particular marked portion. That is ZB and ZC. We are getting same 2400 and 2400. Okay. So if you see what was given, max Z was given, max Z was given. So we are saying there can be, this is a special case where we are not getting one, but we are getting two solutions which are equal. Okay, so you can go with anyone. You can go with this one, or you can go with this one, or B or C. You can go with anyone. So that is what they are telling you. Okay, so here both the solutions are same, or both are optimal in this case. So that is what we mean here. So based on this particular special case, that is multiple optimal solution. So we are getting two optimal solution, that is for maximization at 2 points. So you can go for any of the solution. Okay, so that is what we mean by this. So you can do it later. Okay, so or you can come back to this particular what you call slide later on. So you can go to YouTube and all. So after that, as it is uploaded, I'll be informing you. You can go back and check it, or you will get to know, like, after this particular class in 1 hour it will be uploaded. You can go back and check on it. So we'll move to the next one. It is infeasibility. Infeasibility. What is infeasibility? So first write it, then I'll explain. Infeasibility. It is it if it so happens. Infeasibility. Second one. If it so happens. If it so happens. If it so happens that the constraints of the LPP, if it so happens that the constraints of the LPP are inconsistent, inconsistent, and no common feasible region, and no common feasible region, and no common feasible region can be attained. No common feasible region can be attained. Then, then, then that is the case of infeasibility. 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 Okay, so it's almost time now. So we'll continue this in the next class. Hope you all have written this particular infeasibility. This is the second special case.